Why we play that? What are your thoughts?
So this is actually Jimmy Stewart's addition to the list that I was compiling of issues with the Red Sox. And
It's kind of like this guy's a knob.
He's a knob, exactly. They don't really have a closer or a clear one, and Cora wants one. Cora doesn't want a bullpen by committee. Cora wants someone to establish themselves in the role and have some structure to the back end of the game. And so, now to me, Jimmy believes in a closer, a clear closer. I believe in that too. I think it's less of an issue because I think someone will come out of there. But Jimmy's right to say they don't have one. I also look at the Red Sox and I say, what bugs me is nobody talks about the stuff they don't have. For example, let me just give you one quick one.
Oh, please.
Okay, and this is a small one, but let me give you the small one first. Then I'll get to the big one. How do you feel about the catching situation?
I sort of forgot about it.
Kind of close.
Bingo,
Is
exactly.
Is it Wong still?
Connor Wong, who in the second half of the season kind of sucked. And offensively, his numbers, he was good halfway through. He was producing, hitting.
Most catchers do suck offensively.
Correct. But in the first half, he was good. In the second half, he completely fell off, which would be fine if his defense was elite. It wasn't. Defensive runs saved, not that that's a great metric for catchers, he was last. And if you want to go to something like framing in terms of receiving the ball, last. So they now have a pitching staff, but they don't have a catcher who is skilled at catching, to the point where they've also made an adjustment on the coaching staff. Jason Varitek is not going to handle the catchers anymore. They're going to use him for quote-unquote game planning, and they've hired other people to work with the catchers. So, I don't know. All I've had is Red Sox fans and people tell me, yeah, the catch is really important. He's the one that calls the game. They miss Vasquez. My father's been shoving that down my throat for the last 3 years. Yeah, I think the catcher's got something to do with it. Okay. Then how come we're not talking about it now?
Okay. No closer. Catching situation.
Yep, front end of the rotation, which I've given you.
You've given me.
Yep.
But what is particularly crawled up your ass this afternoon?
Okay, so I was, scattering or what's the right word?
Scouting?
Scouring the internet. Is that the right word?
Yep.
To find scouting reports on Roman Anthony. Mm-hmm. And I came across one that said Anthony should become an above-average outfielder. Has the tools, has the ability so that he should become an above-average outfielder. What do you mean should? What does should mean? Should tells me that he's not good and that he's got to grow into it. This is the guy who's regarded as the number one prospect in the game, or at least he was, until Sasaki came over from Japan and signed with the Dodgers, the 23-year-old Roki Sasaki. Okay, so how is a guy the number one prospect in the game if his defense sucks? Because that's how I read that. And after watching him play the outfield, he doesn't exactly read the ball off the bat like, I don't know, take your pick, Ken Griffey Jr. He doesn't. And as I said to you, when I saw him for the first time, running the bases and in the outfield, he's kind of lumbering.
Oh, I saw one clip and I said, oh, I get it. I get what you're saying.
So here's what I want to know. How come nobody ever tells me about the bad stuff? Why do I have to go looking for it? And why, in God's name, do I have to do my own scouting?
Because covering sports in this town has become one big circle session.
That is so annoying to me that nobody anywhere Roman Anthony. Wait till Roman Anthony gets here. Yeah, you're going to love this kid. He's awesome. He's the number one prospect in baseball. Roman Anthony, he can do it all. Except he can't. And you know what I think he is right now? If you were to ask me what he projects to be? A DH? How do I get excited about a prospect who's a DH in the long term? Now, look, I might be being too harsh. Maybe he's more athletic. I'm just going what I've seen so far, which is admittedly a small amount. But Roman Anthony, if he's a DH down the road, what good is that? I mean, and I shouldn't look. If he's David Ortiz, that's one thing. What if this guy's just a run-of-the-mill DH?
So I think you are projecting a little bit. Like the clip I saw was this, and I just Googled it. It came right up because this is just what we do now. Roman Anthony's a sensational diving catch. Did you see this diving catch he had on this little flare?
I saw it
the other day. I mean, a nice play, but I don't know if he was quicker or read the ball better. He's not even leaving his feet, and so I didn't realize the guy was that big.
He's big,
and I didn't want to,
So apparently he's bulked up a little this winter.
And that's a great thing. Oh, by the way, I think generally speaking, you want big guys versus little guys in just about everything. But pure athleticism.
You don't want to lose athleticism when you get big.
Is this what we're talking about?
Maybe.
Is he considered, a pure athleticism? And then we're playing it in the house, playing inside here, this diving catch. I don't know. But I feel your frustration in, can we get a complete scouting report? Strengths, weaknesses, what is good, what is bad? I don't feel like we get that the complete picture there, Mazz.
No, we don't. And so, again, I just feel a little misled on what Anthony is. Now, look, I think he's a skilled hitter. I'm not telling you he's a bum and he's a kid, so he's going to learn more. I get all of that. He might be a Yordan Alvarez. Okay, if he turns into Yordan Alvarez, everybody's going to be happy. He's a DH. But he's such a force in the batter's box, and that's obviously the most important thing.
That catch looked clumsy.
I was just going to say, so Murray's finally seen it because we're playing it in the studio. You've watched it now a couple times. Watch his gait. Watch how he runs at the ball.
It's not smooth.
I said this the other day. He lumbers. And so
it looks like Adam Dunn.
And yes, good analogy, Jimmy. He's not as bad defensively, I think. Adam Dunn, as someone described him to me once, was a sinkhole defensively. Guy was completely useless.
There's still time for Anthony, though.
But that play that we're showing here on the simulcast,
we're not showing it on the simulcast. We're just showing it in-house.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
We can't show it on the simulcast.
Of course not.
We can't show pictures of bugs. Never mind an actual Red Sox highlight. Are you kidding me?
That's the property of someone else. But there was a similar play in one of the early preseason games where he was running to his left and in a little, and then the ball turned and he had to go back to his right, and he missed it. I mean, it didn't go behind him, but he didn't make the catch. And so I saw that and went, oof.
Is he the number one prospect in baseball?
Number 2 now because of Sasaki. But yes. And I thought, that's not typically the kind of guy who's the number 1 prospect in baseball.
I would, not that I'm the expert on this.
Where's Mayer on that list?
So Mayer has slipped a little because he's had some injuries, but I'll tell you what, when you watch Mayer, and look, Murray.
I know you said this. Yeah, there's a sweet swing, right?
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's all about productivity and potential. Okay, but
when you watch him, there's pure athleticism.
Yeah, Mayer is smooth. He's smooth. He's the smoothest of the group. Now, maybe his game is just a little more polished and advanced. He's not as big as the other two. The other two are both thicker and heavier and stronger. Stronger is really the word. But I feel like I've been sold a bill of goods on Roman Anthony already.
Little strong.
Don't back down, Tony. Don't back down.
I didn't say he sucks. I didn't say that.
All I've heard is number 1 prospect in baseball. No one said. I haven't heard anyone say, pure athleticism, bulky, maybe a little bulky, not a flu. I've never heard this other thing.
No, of course not. Again, to me, it's almost like Cooper Flagg. He's the number 1 prospect in basketball. Okay, but what does that mean?
Bad analogy.
Is it?
I think Cooper Flagg's the goods.
Okay, we'll see.
It all goes back to that, doesn't it?
If you like that clip, check out more videos from Felger and Mazz here. For more Red Sox analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.